Oh, shall I fear? The Lord is my rock and my salvation. Tell me whom shall I fear? Whom shall I fear? Oh, whom shall I fear? For the Lord is my rock and my salvation. Ethan, whom shall I fear? Hallelujah. We just read that Hagar had to flee the scene because she obeyed a direct order that was given her from her mistress concerning her husband. When you read on, because I believe that you will read on to the 17th verse, you will see that God then turned around and visited Abram and visited Sarai and gave them some promises concerning Isaac and changed their names. Just the whole enchilada was based on Isaac. He was the promise. But we can't count out Ishmael, because Ishmael was significant. Because before God even told Abraham that his seed would number like the sands on the seas and like the stars in the sky, he came to Hagar in the wilderness. And he told Hagar that her son, that she didn't even know she had in her womb, would be a son, that he would multiply more in multitude where they couldn't even count. Before he even addressed Sarai and Abraham, he addressed Hagar. And because of Hagar's obedience, and I reckon she went back and told Abraham, because at the last verse it said, and Abram named his son Ishmael. So when she went back into the fold, she let them know her experience that she had in the wilderness with the angel of the Lord. Out of fear. She fled the scene. Out of fear, Moses fled the scene. Out of fear, Moses didn't even make it to the promised land. Fear will cause us to miss out, Ethan. The Lord has given us strict instructions on what to say, how to do it, when to do it, and he's not telling us why. And because he's not giving us that why, we're reluctant to obey the voice of the Lord. And because we're operating in fear, a spirit that God has not given us, we're not seeing the pure manifestation of God in the land of the living. We're fearful of what people might think. We're fearful that God is not even going to do it through us, because we're looking at our own strength, our own imperfections, our own weaknesses. So when the Lord tells us to move out, the first thing we think about, I stutter. Go lay hands on my elder Jermaine. She's an elder, I'm just a parishioner. So when Hagar was in the wilderness, she had a choice to obey. When the angel of the Lord said, go back to your mistress, humble yourself under her hand. And I'm going to do these things for your seed. She had a choice. We have been so liberated. We have so many things to distract us. Back then, she was like, praise God, because I didn't have nowhere else to go. I didn't know where I was going to get no water from. They didn't have Aldi's and Whole Foods and Sprouts. No. They had to find a well in the wilderness and hope that they had access to it. Yeah. They were not as fortunate as we are today. Amen. And it seems like the more fortunate we are, the more disobedient we become to the voice of the Lord. Because we have so many resources, we don't even consider the source. No. That's expensive. I am so sick of people saying, well, all I can do is pray. All I can do. You want to downplay God like that? You just going to throw him up under the bus? So you think prayer is a last resort? The only. I put a prayer on it. Rest. But we have got to the place that God is a number. He's the first. No, he's the first and the last, the beginning and the end, Alpha and Omega. We have to walk in that truth. We have to talk in that truth. We have to live in that truth. We can't pray to God and pick it back up. We got to ask God for what we want and thank him. Constantly until it happens. And if it doesn't happen, it wasn't his will, and I'm going to give you thanks because this is your will. Amen. I remember when my ex-husband, he got a girl pregnant, and I was praying to God, God, please don't let this girl be pregnant. She ended up being pregnant. I said, God, please don't let it be a son. It ended up being a son. I said, God, what's the use of me praying if everything I ask you for, you don't do? He said, who do you think you are? You don't know what my plan is for that young man. You think it's about you. This don't have nothing to do with you. This is bigger than you. But my heart was hurt. You know, I'm not one of those tough people. My daughter had imprinted on the back of her shorts yesterday, emotionless. A heartbreaker. That's not me. I work with feelings. I ain't that tough. I look tough, Howard, but I ain't that tough. I work with feelings. I'm a very sensitive person. But God had to show me it is him that is at work. It is God that is at work in me, both to will and to do of his. And we have to get to that mindset. Then we won't be so heartbroken. When people let us down, we won't be so quick to run when things don't happen the way that we feel like they should. But because we got so many options, we have so many choices around us, that we're missing out on the promise. There's a direct promise for each and every life represented in this building, old and young. And we're missing out on the promise because we are not allowed. James said, allow patience to have her perfect work. Perfect work. Not just so she can say, that you can be perfect. That you can be entire, meaning that you can be made whole. Lacking nothing. But we don't operate in patience because we don't believe God is able to do just what he said he's going to do. And we can say all day, oh, I believe God. No, you don't. Because you're still trying to figure it out. You're still trying to understand what, when, where, why, and how. You don't believe God. You ain't even got dressed. He said, I'm going to be there at 5. You still sitting there with your pajamas on. And it's a quarter till. Because you don't believe he's going to show up. But there's a set time. And in 17, when the angel of the Lord came and told Abram that Sarai was going to have a son, she laughed. And then he said, why are you laughing? Then she lied. Why are you laughing? He said, oh, but you did laugh. Because the things that God speaks to us, concerning us, they just seem so miraculous. So outstanding. Like there's no way God is going to do this for me. But I'm here today to remind you that if he said it, he's going to do it. And if he spoke it, it's coming to pass. And if you trust him and lean not to your own understanding and acknowledge him in all my ways, your ways, he going to direct your path right into that promised land, right into that perfect place, right into the position to receive what it is that he has for you. I don't care how it got here. I don't care how your child got here. You can't be mad if your child was born in an unwed marriage, relationship, infidelity. God got a plan for him. He got a plan for him. Long as he's here. We have to stop beating ourselves up. We have to forgive ourselves for mistakes that we have made along the way in life. Because one thing about God, he's not like us. Oh, thank you. When we ask for forgiveness, he honestly forgives us. And half the time we go back and we pray and God, I know I did. And he be like, what is he talking about? What you talking to me about, babe? I don't know what you did when you was 2, because when you was 22, you asked for forgiveness. Yeah. And I threw it into the sea of forgetfulness to remember it. Hallelujah. That's it. We have to forgive him. Thank you, Lord. And even when other people remind you of it, you got to be like God. Like, what you talking about? You remember that time? I don't know what. I'm not nostalgic. I don't live in the past. I'm moving forward. I'm pressing towards the prize of the mark of the higher calling through Christ Jesus. Hallelujah. Because I'm trying to get to the promise. That's right. So I would admonish everybody in this building under the sound of my voice to hold fast to the promise that God has spoken to you. Yes. When the angel of the Lord came to Hagar, nobody else was there. He spoke that promise to her. And I know when she went back, they probably like, oh, now she acting like she had a visitation. First she prayed by Abram. Now she got this one-on-one rapport with God. Okay, Hagar, go in the tent, please. Go in the tent. That's why you have to be careful when you share. Yeah. Help us, Pastor. Help us. You can't tell everybody what God has spoken to you concerning your life. That's how Joseph got hated. Because he was sharing his dreams that he thought loved him. He said, what? Could you imagine? Now my family is crafty. You know, we've been through some stuff, but I can't imagine my siblings throwing me in no pit. I just can't just JK. And y'all pulling me out, and I'm thinking I'm going on. Y'all, you know y'all play too much. And then I gotta watch a transaction. Were y'all selling me into slavery? And I'm riding away, and I'm watching my family go in a complete different direction. And all I can imagine is, what did I do to them?
Oh my. What did I do?
I love them. And this is how they did me. But what the devil means for evil,
Say that.
God always has a way of turning it around for our good, but for his glory. So if you see yourself in a pit, you coming out, you see yourself on the back of a camel going in the opposite direction from your family, trust me, it's a circle.
That's good.
They thought the world was flat for a long time, cousin, until they realized it just comes right back around again.
Oh, that's rich.
So it just runs its course. And if we just wait on God and look for God in the midst of what it is that we're going through in these trials and these tribulations, and hold fast to the promise and to our confession of faith, you're going to look up and you're going to have your son, and his name going to be Ishmael, and he's going to do everything that the angel of the Lord has foretold. Because God's word will never fail. God's word will never fail. God's word will never fail. Hallelujah. Hold on to it. Hallelujah. Your mama might tell you a fib. Your daddy might have told you a fib. But God, he will never tell you an untruth. He will never hurt you or let you down.
Thank you, Lord.
And when he talks to you, it's because you're important to his plan. When he comes to you, it means that you have been chosen.
Wow.
Don't get upset when you go to church and the minister call you out. That's a compliment from God. People used to tell me, I don't like going to your church because your mom always called me. That is not my mom. That's the Holy Ghost.
Yeah, get it right.
And it's a compliment that God acknowledged you among all these people. But the enemy makes us see everything that God does for us as a slap in the face or disappointment or a letdown or embarrassment. We should never be embarrassed when God is moving on our behalf.
Amen.
We should never be embarrassed. We should never be ashamed of the work that God is doing through our life. We should never apologize. That's why when Elder Jermaine said to me, I want you to just say what the Lord said. Don't think about, because I'm constantly checking myself. Because I don't want to be the reason. But there's so many things. I'm like, Lord, give me your wisdom. Give me your discernment. Candy cane. Because I want to live so that God can use me anytime and anywhere. I don't want to put myself in a position that when I'm in a position, I can't respond in the right fashion. We have to stay in a pure place. I thank God for my brother saying he's seen those people in a pure state. In white. Because I don't know if you know this, but it's going to happen in a moment and in the twinkling of an eye. We're going to be changed. And we're going to have on glorious clothes. We're going glorified bodies. And if you ever get sad, I was telling Howard yesterday, I said, you couldn't pay me to backslide. You couldn't pay me. You couldn't pay me. Because what the enemy is doing right now to his people, I wouldn't want to serve him, Kim. He got his people looking real bad.